The original Toyota Highlander was one of the first hybrid three-row SUVs on the market. A couple of decades later, the 2024 Toyota Highlander Hybrid is in its fourth generation, but it faces tougher competition from the Kia Sorento Hybrid, Ford Explorer Hybrid, and the new Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid. The Toyota Highlander Hybrid is powered by a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that is aided by a few electric motors. There's a couple of motors sandwiched between the engine and the transmission, and another in the back providing an all-wheel drive system. The total output is 243 horsepower. In an SUV that tips the scales at just over 2 tons, the hybrid powertrain doesn't make the Highlander a quick vehicle. It takes the engine a while to get the SUV up to speed when merging onto a highway or when going up a steep hill, relatively speaking that is, when you compare it against the Ford Explorer Hybrid. It's even worse when all 7 seats are filled or when you're towing up to the rated 3,500 pounds. However, when you're commuting to work, the 2024 Highlander can return some impressive fuel economy numbers. It's rated for 6.7 liters per 100 kilometers in a city and 6.8 liters per 100 kilometers on a highway. The great news is that it's possible to get even better fuel economy in the real world, as I managed to get 6.2 liters per 100 kilometers during my time with the SUV. In a city environment at slower speeds, the car runs often on electricity. With the nearly fully charged battery, it can also accelerate just on electricity, but the acceleration is going to be very, very slow. There is an EV mode that allows for faster electric-only acceleration, but that mode is automatically disabled if you go past 35 kilometers or so, which is about 20 miles an hour. The battery gets recharged by the engine or through regenerative braking. The regen braking is indistinguishable from the standard friction braking, which is a good thing. The brake pedal is easy to modulate for smooth stops, and it has a firm enough feel. Around twists and turns, the Highlander Hybrid isn't really what you'd call a sporty driving three-row SUV. Then again, it's not meant to be that kind of SUV. However, it has a stable and planted driving manner. It's also easy and not tiring to drive. Steering is light enough so that it doesn't strain your arms when you're trying to park it, but it firms up nicely on highways. For a family-focused three-row SUV, ease of driving is arguably what's most important, and the Toyota Highlander Hybrid excels at that job. As is the norm in many SUVs, front occupants are treated to a lot of space. This Highlander Hybrid has a bit more legroom than the Kia Sorento Hybrid, but a bit less headroom than the Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid. The second row is available with captain's chairs or bench seating for 3 occupants. Legroom is plentiful for adults, with headroom being a smidge less than the front seats. These captain's chairs of course slide forwards and backwards as well as recline, and there's a small tray with a couple of cup holders being situated in between them. There are separate climate controls for the rear seats, along with a couple of USB-C ports as well. The third row in this 2024 Highlander Hybrid is not really designed for adults, or even taller kids. There are 3 seats, but it's awfully tight back there. If you need to carry adults in the third row often, the Toyota Grand Highlander is a much better option. Behind the seats, the Highlander Hybrid has 453 liters behind the third row, 1,371 liters behind the second row, and 2,387 liters behind the first row. Under the trunk floor, there are a few tools to change the wheel, with the compact spare wheel being situated underneath the car. This particular Nightshade edition of the Highlander is equipped with 18-inch wheels and really thick sidewall tires. This aids in providing a soft ride in addition to the soft-tuned suspension. The ride is supple and forgiving, important characteristics for a family SUV. Of course, when the car is being motivated by the electric motors only, it is a quiet SUV as well. But even when the engine is running at a constant speed, it still has a relatively quiet cabin. It's only when you put your foot down to overtake a vehicle or go up a steep hill does the engine begin to really intrude into the cabin. You can get the 2024 Toyota Highlander with the hybrid powertrain for just under $50,000 Canadian. This XLE Nightshade edition has an as-equipped price of $54,475 Canadian. In the United States, the Highlander Hybrid is available as a front-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive SUV. Here in Canada, it's only the latter. The Nightshade Edition package adds the 18-inch black wheels that I mentioned earlier, along with black lug nuts, black badges, black door handles, black mirror caps, black roof rails, black roof spoiler, and second row captain's chairs, which are wrapped in black Softex upholstery. Other options on this 2024 Highlander Hybrid include heated front seats, heated steering wheel, 3-zone automatic climate control, power sunroof, 8-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity, a wireless phone charging pad, power liftgate, and a backup camera. Should you want more options, the Highlander Hybrid Platinum is available with ventilated front seats, a head-up display, surround view cameras, a rear camera mirror, 20-inch alloy wheels, and heated second row seats. One aspect of the Highlander Hybrid that I really like are the simple controls. Every function has a physical button or a knob, which makes it much less distracting to use while driving. There are also a lot of storage bins throughout the cabin for small items or water bottles. There's also enough USB ports to charge an entire Apple Store worth of devices. So considering the increased competition, the 2024 Toyota Highlander Hybrid is a good all-round family SUV. It may not be the most engaging to drive, nor might it have a whole lot of space in that third row, but it is dependable, fuel efficient, and family focused. If you'd like to know more about this 2024 Highlander Hybrid, I have a written review with a few more details about it over on my website. You can find that link in the video description or click on the pop-up banner in the top right corner. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.